All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going live from the kitchen. I'm in the kitchen. And don't judge me because I got all this stuff on the countertop behind me. This is the way I roll. All right. This is the way bachelors roll. That's why men need women in their life. All right. Because a man will do this. A woman will probably clean all that up and make it look good. But, oh, what's up? Thug Jiu-Jitsu. Jitsu. Maybe it's Jitsu. First one on. Thug Jitsu, first one on. If you ask a question at any point during the live stream, I'll try to answer your question. So let's get into this real quick because I think it's invaluable to talk about. And I just want to keep it real calm, cool, and collected tonight. So I got my glass of wine. We're going to sip and we're going to talk a little bit. All right. We're going to sip and we're going to talk a little bit. So the subject at hand. Let's start by talking about. Let me get a couple shout outs. Sheldon, thanks so much. Sydney, E-Man. Let's see. Scott D. What is going on? Donald Trump. I wish if that was the real Donald Trump, that'd be pretty cool. Let's see. Anita Palmer. What's up? Jay Landry. Hi, what's up? Jay Landry with the wine. Yes, wine, baby. Let's see. All right, Peter. Let's get it. Let's go. All right, we can start now. I think we got the let's see. Dan, I love you too. Appreciate it. David Willis, what's up? Texas RN. What it do? What up, though? Let's see. Who else on here? I think if I introduce a couple people, it'll give people a chance to get on here before I get into the weeds. Let's see. What it do? Adrian Warren. Tony Wall. What's up? What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Kathleen King said I was awesome on Judge Janine. Thank you so much. I could have did better, man. Next time I'm going to do better. Let's see. Let's go. Ladies and gentlemen, let's roll. So the first thing I want to talk about is this lawsuit against the president of the United States by Jim Acosta. And I don't need to get into the logistics of it because I didn't read the lawsuit and I don't really know too much about it, just like most of y'all probably don't. But the bottom line is this. The only reason that these people are pulling these stunts is the idea and model of resistance. Because the president, if they can orchestrate an environment, y'all hear me on this one. If they can orchestrate an environment where the president appears to be unstable and volatile, then they can sweep right in with another candidate to run in 2020 that will sound and be approached as somebody that's a lot more reasonable and that's less volatile and you can see that will cause less conflict or inflict less drama in your life. That's what they want to do. Let's see. April, thank you so much for the super chat. And who else is it? Crazy Corbin, thank you so much for the super chat. So they want to present a person that seems a lot less dramatic, that seems a lot less controversial, that seems that they're going to be a lot more inclusive, that appears to be a lot more inclusive. Because the president of the United States is very inclusive, in my opinion. Saying that you're a nationalist is including everybody in the United States of America and saying we come first and then everybody else comes second. I mean, we do it in our lives anyway. My family, I want y'all to understand, I love y'all to death. My family comes first. Everybody else is secondary. You know, I have to take responsibility and take ownership of the things that go on in my household. If anything goes astray in my household, it's my responsibility. The growth or the deflect of prosperity within the Tatum household is my fault. None of y'all are going to directly pay my bills. It's not going to happen. Maybe some of y'all balling and y'all can do that. But that's not the expectation for me. So with that being said, in the United States of America, we have built an economy that can support us militarily. We have built an economy and a base that our culture is better than everybody else's in the world. And anybody don't believe that, then just go to another country and live there. And I guarantee you'll be running back here kissing the ground. So we have done a lot. We have been through a lot to get our culture and perspective in the way it is, to get our economy booming enough where we can be the United States of America. We have done our part. So with that being said, we have to focus on ourselves first. And then we can go and support with military means other countries. Then we can support the economy and building up help, as most of it is military and stuff like that. We can help them at another time. But anybody knows that have a family or know of anybody have a family, if you don't take care of your family first, then what do you have? What do you have to work with? If I mess around and lose my job, how am I going to help the homeless people on the street? How am I going to give when my friends are having problems? How am I going to give them an opportunity to come sleep on the couch so they can take a night away? I won't have nothing for you if I don't take care of home. That's exactly what the president is doing. And the reason why they're filing lawsuits and they're doing all of the above is because it is their agenda to create chaos, the perceived chaos, so they can run a candidate in 2020 that can say, I will restore everything to normality if I'm elected. That's exactly what they're doing. Let me answer some more super chats. April, I think I said yours already. Thank you for all that you do. Let's see. Dark Truth, thank you so much for super chat. God bless. And another thing that I want to talk about is this Arizona debacle. So Kyrsten Sinema won the Senate seat, Jeff Flake's old seat. She won the Senate seat over Martha McSally. On the last video I made, I expressed my frustration with the potential of voter fraud. After further review, it's almost like I'm a referee. After further review, whatever, I don't know, Jacksonville's ball. So after further review, Kyrsten Sinema won because this is what happened. And not saying this is all my own personal knowledge, but this is stuff that I've heard from people who work directly with the Republican Party in the state of Arizona. People who know what they're talking about, not people like myself who are still learning. That Martha McSally and her campaign did not put together a comprehensive, successful campaign message that resonate with the people in Arizona enough to win votes. Now, I can say right now, I never supported Martha McSally. I wanted Kelly Ward to be the nominee. I wanted Kelly Ward to win in the primary. I thought she would have been a way better candidate going against Kyrsten Sinema. Now, I was forced to support Martha McSally simply because she was the Republican on the ticket, and I felt like I wanted to retain conservative values here in the state of Arizona. But when you look at her ability to campaign, you look at her grassroots messaging or her grassroots abilities, they were lackluster, according to the experts. And that Kyrsten Sinema was going to door, knocking, going to community events, going to coffee shops, doing all kinds of stuff to have her name projected amongst her constituency. And Martha McSally didn't. With that new information that I've obtained, I went and looked at a debate between Martha McSally and Kyrsten Sinema. And it was absolutely discouraging to see that Martha McSally's approach was terrible. Carl, thanks so much for the super chat. Appreciate it. Carl, you the man. Me and you have to get on here and talk about, I got to talk to you, Carl, a little bit more about the lawsuit that was filed against the president. I will call you soon. Carl is a lawyer, and he could probably help me with a little bit of the legislative, I could say, articulation of the lawsuit. Now, back to the message at hand. That Kyrsten Sinema, her message was more like on the debate. Her message was more like, I'm for all people. And I think we need to work together in a bipartisan manner to accomplish these things. She pointed out the Republican that's doing very well. She pointed out the Democrat. She's talking about unity. She's not bashing the president. She's not bashing Martha McSally. She's giving a very basic message. Martha McSally don't know what to say. McSally is over there saying somebody knows somebody that knows somebody, and that's why she has the better approach. Hey, man, if I wasn't already convinced about conservative values and how invaluable they are in our lives, I would have been like, Kyrsten Sinema's message was way better. Even though I don't think she mean it, I don't think she could mean it. God, only her and God knows she mean it. But even if she meant it or not, I don't know. But it sounds like she mean it. The GOP and messaging. Some people don't want to hear this, but I'm going to tell you anyway. We are doing a poor job at messaging. Somehow we don't understand the pulse of a lot of people in this country because we're not understanding that we have to incorporate emotions and facts together. The Democrats aren't focusing on facts, aren't focusing on policies. The Democrats are focusing on emotions. They're focusing on emotions. If they can get you emotionally involved enough, they can get you to vote the way they want you to vote. So they talk about the border. They're not talking about technically by law, and the legislation says this, and technically by law, you can't do this. They're not even talking about the fact that if you come and you seek asylum through a point of entry, you won't be separated from your children. They're not talking about that. They're not talking about immigration law. They're not talking about anything that is functional in the realm of what can actually happen legislatively. They're not talking about that. They're talking about that it's mean and that kids are being separated. And people, nobody on planet Earth want to hear about children being separated. The truth is that children aren't being separated, but we don't know how to articulate why these children are separated, why there's a perceived separation. We don't articulate that very well. Let me get the super chat before it goes away. So Salvatore, I could be saying your name wrong. I got a public school education, so forgive me if I can't read good. So Salvatore, thank you so much for the super chat. Brother on our service emergency medical, brother on our services emergency medical technicians, NYC, her brother. Dang, I don't know if I'm reading that wrong or that's just complicated. Let's see. Toll, thank you so much for the super chat. I feel like I'm gonna say it totally wrong. It says, why am I so more inspired by Black conservatives than white conservatives, being a white man who eventually left the Democratic plantation myself? Let me tell you this. Let me talk to that super chat real quick. So the super chat appears to be articulating that he said he's more inspired by Black conservatives than white conservatives, given the fact that he left the Democratic Party at some point. Let me say this. I think that the scenario is like a parent, right? When your mom and them tell you something, it becomes mundane. It becomes monotonous. It's like blah, 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 blah. I heard this before. And then your mama best friend tell you the same thing, and somehow it's so appealing to you. Because it's not the status quo. It's not the same old jokers on TV saying the same thing. Believe it or not, it's different. It feels different. It sounds different. That's the beauty of America. Everybody has a different approach. If you only get an approach from the same person with the same rhetoric, the same temperament, it becomes monotonous. It becomes old. And all it takes is for somebody to say something similar with a more, maybe even a charismatic approach, and you will find yourself feeling like you're more attached or more associated with that person. My camera's jumping. And I think that's probably what it is. It's not that one is better or worse than the other. It's just that it's different. It's just that it's coming from a different angle. You're hearing something new. And another thing is, black people can get away with stuff that white people cannot, period. I can get on here and talk about Obama and everybody. And it's kind of like, the white liberals can't touch that as much. Black liberals will throw us in the trash. So you can hear a little more from me than you would a white conservative who has a YouTube channel. Let's see. Stacy, thanks so much for the super chat. Did Sinema voting station not require ID? I don't know. I will look into that. I need to look into that because there could have been some illegals voting. There very well could be. But we live in a red state. We should have been kicking her butt so bad, like Governor Ducey did. He won by like 200,000 votes. Like, we should be spanking them so bad that it's not even close. It shouldn't even be close. Let's go to the next super chat. Tara, thank you so much for the super chat. I think CNN is being unreasonable concerning the lawsuit. Acosta's behavior was obviously unprofessional, and he rightfully lost his right to be there. 100% positive. Somebody give her a round of applause. Like, that's exactly what it is. Somebody was talking about, it was sped up. It was sped up. Let me say this again. To my man, Salvatore, thank you so much. You're an ex-cop. I'm an ex-emergency medical technician. Okay, we are a part of the service. Thank you so much. I love you. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you for your service. You're just as valuable as a police officer. You should be thanked just like a police officer, because without us working together, I don't know what we would do. We used to work closely with med staff. Back to Tara's citation or question or a statement, that I don't care if you played it fast or slow. Did he put his hands on that girl or did he not? When he was asked to pass the mic after asking like 4 or 5, I don't say 4 or 5, I don't want to be exaggerated. And more than 3 questions. You are now getting into the realm of violating other people's constitutional rights. This is the problem that I see all the time. They say Acosta had a constitutional right to freedom of speech, and the president was violating that. Well, at what point do Jim Acosta's constitutional right supersede the constitutional right to freedom of press and freedom of speech to everybody else in the room? At what point does his freedoms supersede someone else's freedom? He had his opportunity to speak. President Trump gave him an explanation, then told him it's your turn to pass the mic to somebody else so they can express or have access to the constitutional right to freedom of press and freedom of speech, just like you do. And he didn't want to give that up. Listen, your rights do not supersede another person's rights. If you are being such a butthole that you are now violating somebody else's rights, you need to take a chill pill. It's the same thing. If you think Antifa or you think that a conservative or anybody that you don't like is coming to your campus, they have the right to freedom of speech. When you block the doorway, you are now infringing on their constitutional right. Period. I don't care what anybody say. The president of the United States gave him access to speech. He asked enough questions. It's time for somebody else. He either touched the girl or he didn't. Both of those were violated. He karate chopped the girl's arm to try to pull the mic from her. He's been disrespectful in the past. This is a history of bad behavior. He disrespects the president. He don't ask questions. He's trying to make a statement and argue with the president of the United States. You got to go. Get out of here. Barack Obama did it. When they disrespect Barack Obama made them leave. All right. But y'all don't hear me though. Now, I know y'all hear me. Other people probably don't hear me. And that's fine. Because they listen to me long enough, they'll hear me. So I think that if you want to be honest, let me cheers. If you want to be honest, with journalistic integrity, Jim Acosta should lose his license. I mean, he should be fired from CNN. Don Lemon should be fired from CNN. You know, Cuomo and all the other gentlemen that I believe do not articulate points very well and that are extremely partisan, I feel that they are at minimum not as bad as Don Lemon and Jim Acosta. Jim Acosta is completely unprofessional. That guy is completely unprofessional. There's a difference between challenging the president and being disrespectful. There's a difference between seeking the truth and just being obnoxious for no reason, just because you're an obstructionist and you think it's cute to be an obstructionist. Nobody likes that's not cool. It's not cool at all. So there's a difference. And I don't support anybody doing that. I don't support people doing that to Barack Obama, and I don't support people doing that to Donald Trump. Don Lemon, journalistic disgrace, in my opinion. When you go online and you're on national television and you start talking about a person's dead mom, saying that she's rolling around in the grave because you disagree with his opinions, brother, something is wrong there. Something is not clicking. Something is wrong. When you're on national TV, even making the inference that white men are the enemy of America, something is wrong. Ladies and gentlemen, something is wrong. I mean, that's just a few things that Don Lemon has done that's been atrocious, in my opinion. It's been atrocious. But anyway, I think I've ranted enough. I'm gonna open it up for question and answer. I'm gonna open it up for question and answer. So if you have questions, please ask me through Super Chat or tag my name so I can see it in the description section. Not the description section, but the comment section. Somebody say Don Lemon's boyfriend is white. Yep. But somehow white people are the enemy of people or whatever. Hold on. Let me talk about that for a minute. While I got time, y'all ask some questions. I'll try to get to them. Let me talk about that for a minute. People are saying that white men are the biggest threat in America. Based on facts, that could be furthest from the truth as anything somebody can say. I would argue, and this is the fact, we live in a European country. We live in a European-based country. It was founded on European values, Judeo-Christian values. We do not live in Africa. We do not live in Jamaica. We do not live in hip-hop. We live in more of a European country. Most of the things that go on are not Afrocentric because we make up 13% of the population. It would only make sense that 13% of the population wouldn't drag or have influence in 99 or 100% of the culture. Although African Americans do have a huge connection in the culture and drives a lot of our culture, we do have to understand that this country was founded by people who don't necessarily identify or are structured like we see modern day urban areas. With that being said, to explain this point, who do you think owns all the social media? Who do you think created Facebook and all the stuff that we enjoy today? Happen to be white people. Who do you think signed or you can say created, passed, or justified, certified the 13th, 14th, and 15th Amendment? It was white people. Majority of the people who fought in the Civil War were white people. Who do you think allowed blacks, by and large, the right to vote? Because blacks couldn't vote in certain areas. It was majority white people. Who do you think was building and creating these school systems? Who do you think was creating and building all of these things back when black people didn't have any involvement? It was white people. So all I'm saying is that I would disagree to say that white people or white men are the enemy of America. Now, when you talk about the context in which Don Lemon was speaking, he was speaking about mass shootings. Now, listen, I try to make myself colorblind, right? Forget that I'm black right now. I'm just an impartial person looking at facts. Mass shootings like we saw in Thousand Oaks, where maybe 12 people died. Mass shootings that we saw in Vegas, where obviously I believe that there was more than one person shooting a gun. But just say it was one man killed 50 people. The Pulse nightclub shooting, where you have this Muslim extremist going in there shooting all these people that were gay. I don't know. I don't really know if they determined his motive, because some people say it was religious, which I agree with. Some people say they were looking for a target and then they went to the Pulse nightclub. Who knows what his real intentions are? And the government ain't gonna never tell us the truth. So not all the time, but in this case, I don't think the government even knows the truth. So, okay, you have 12 people dying this day, 50 people dying this day, X amount of people dying this day over the course of the last several years, a few years, right? Every weekend in Chicago is a Las Vegas shooting. Almost every weekend, you got 50-some people getting shot. Almost every week, every holiday. Let me just every holiday, every major holiday, you have between 50 and 80 people getting shot. You have between 12 to 14 people dying on these weekends, based on some of the information that I've researched. Every weekend, there's a mass shooting. The effects of one person shooting, killing 12 people versus 25 people killing 14 people in one weekend, every weekend, like, we have an issue here. Statistics. This is a statistics that I'm going to be impartial. African-American men commit most of the crimes in the African-American community. I think we all agree with that. Men between 16 and 35 commit most of the crimes out of the men. Little kids ain't killing nobody, and old men ain't killing nobody or committing crimes for the most part. So hypothetically speaking, generically speaking, 13% of the population encompass everybody that's black. Let's say the men are about 8% of the population, which is a little more than half. 8% of the population commits half of the murders in America. 8% of the population commit over half of the violent crimes in America. 8% of the population is more likely to rob a white person than a white person is to rob a black person. 8% of the population is dominating mass incarceration or being incarcerated in a mass amount. If you ask me in an impartial manner, I honestly believe that if you want to make an argument about danger based on statistics, black males in America between 16 and 35 are the most dangerous group of people in America. Some of y'all gonna get in your feelings about it. Don't get mad at me, get mad at the stats. If you look at it for what it is, if we would be honest and fair, and that's, I'm saying to Americans, we're not even talking about to other black people. The leading cause of death for people my age, and within that range that I said, was being murdered by another African-American person. So the most dangerous people to black people are other black people. I'm only saying this because we need to work on the problem. If we keep acting like it don't exist, we ain't never going to do nothing about it. Period. If we keep acting like it don't exist, we're never going to do anything about it. Like I said, the most dangerous people in America, according to Don Lemon's little rant, is other black people to black people. Number one leading cause of death is murder to black people my age. Now, the leading cause of death for black people in general is heart disease. And then there's a few others, then it's black on black murder. In America, if you have 8% of the population committing half of the murders, that's a pretty dangerous group of people. Now, does that mean everybody that's black is a murderer? No. Does that mean that everybody that's white is a murderer? No. Does that mean that everybody that's white is innocent? No. Does that mean everybody that's black is innocent? No. You want to keep it real, then we got to keep it real and stop lying. Now, I'm going to jump into this real quick. The reason why I believe that the numbers look very poorly for African-American people is because of culture that has been developed over time. Just look at music, for instance. Somebody sent me a super chat, said, who is pretending to be you in the super chat? I have a executive social media manager is trying to communicate with y'all so I can talk and we can communicate. This is my executive manager in my social media. Give him some love. Sean Daniel, give him a round of applause, everybody. Sean Daniel is helping me. So if you see somebody tweet messaging as me, it's my boy, Sean Daniels. Back to me so I don't miss none of y'all's comments. All right. But anyway, back to the subject at hand. If you look at genres of music, the most directly derogatory and violent genre, not every rapper, not every artist, but rap music. To me, I listen to rock music when I work out. And it's a little dark, but it's not directly violent. Richard, thank you so much for the super chat. You didn't write any comments, but if you want to write a comment, make sure you jot a comment down. Rap music is violent. When I would listen to rap music every day, I want to knock people out, do drive-bys and everything. I'm not even lying. Maybe some other rap is different. Like I say, not all rap is bad. But country music, compared to rap, it's a different world. Country music make me want to love the country, make me want to fall in love, make me want to ride down a dirt road and drink a beer. That's what country music made me want to do. I want to get married with country music playing in the background. Rap, gangster rap, trap music make me want to do a drive-by. So let's keep it real. When I was growing up, black people didn't listen to country music. They didn't. They didn't listen to country music at all. They only listened to rap music and R&B. When I went to college, more people listen to country music. And so you wonder why there's so much violence in the community that I graduated high school in. It's because of culture. And we can make a whole video about this, but it's culture. And we got to work on a culture aspect of it. When you look at stars and you look at millionaires and you look at all you got to do is look at the richest black person in the country, the richest black man in the country, and look at the richest white man in the country. Just take the top 3 richest white men in the country and the top 3 richest black men in the country that's visible. Why do the white men wear regular t-shirts, do regular stuff? And the black men wear Louis Vuitton and all this other stuff and have all these fancy cars and materialistic things. I'm not saying it's bad. It's your money. You can do whatever you want to do with it. But you can see a trend of materialism and a trend of, I don't know what you call this other stuff, but it's different. Culture. It's culture. When I was growing up, you ask anybody, if you make money, what you going to do? Go to the hood and ask, when you make some money, what you going to do? A large majority of them will tell you about how they're going to do tangible things. It could be because of poverty, but I believe it's poverty and culture. They'll tell you what Louis Vuitton they're going to buy. They're going to buy a whole bunch of J's. I used to think the same way. You told me some money, I'm going to get a house. I ain't never talking about investing or owning anything. I'm not talking about investing and reinvesting in anything. You ask a certain demographic of people, what they gonna tell you? I'm gonna invest in this. I'm gonna buy this. I'm gonna own this. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna travel the world. Like, it's culture, man. And I could make a whole video about it, but it'll take too much time. So I'm sorry, man. Let me go ahead with the questions again. and then we'll go from there. I'm sorry, y'all, if I missed your question. Let's see. Your biggest fan, thank you so much for the super chat. White people can't get through to the minorities. Well, this is what I'll say, right? This is what I will say. Have you ever done mission work? I haven't done mission work outside of the country. I've done some things in the country, and I was supposed to go to Africa with one of my friends, but I ended up not doing it. I don't want to advertise this wine. I will show y'all what I'm getting. I mean, it ain't like it's gonna sell 100,000 bottles. So this is what I'm getting. This is so good. I got this at Whole Foods in the wine section. It looked like it's reversed, but it's bomb.com. It's the best wine that I've purchased. Outside of a vineyard. Rap music makes you want to do that because you're easily influenced and have some mental issues. Okay. Big Bud said, rap music makes me want to do certain things because I have mental issues. This, in my opinion, this is the problem. People don't want to keep it 100. They don't want to keep it real. If you keep it real with yourself, what you interject into your brain causes you to react. You can survey everybody in America that has ever done a drive-by shooting or that's ever hit a lick on somebody, which Big Bud, you probably don't even know what hitting a lick is. If somebody hit a lick on somebody did a drive-by shooting, all this other stuff, what music were they listening to? They weren't listening to Luke Bryan. They wasn't listening to Kenny Chesney singing the song "You and Tequila." They weren't listening to that. They probably wasn't listening to Chevelle, even though I love Chevelle. Maybe they were listening to Red. Highly unlikely. But I guarantee you they probably was listening to T.I., Gucci Mane, Boosie, Webby, maybe even Plies or somebody. Bro, let me tell you this. It's not about easily influenced. It's called brainwashing. If you sit around and you listen to violence every day, how you don't like this, you'll run up on so-and-so, old girl want to bend it over and drop it and do this and do that with you and your homeboys, you high on Molly, you doing all of this getting stuck into your brain, is going to cause you to subconsciously react. Of course, you're not going to say, oh, I'm listening to Tupac Shakur, hit him up, and I'm going to go do violence. See, your mind is too small. If you understand the residual of brainwashing, you'll understand that if you listen to that every day, you become more violent within your own realm. I would never shoot and kill nobody. I didn't even own a gun in high school. But my interactions with people were more violent when I listened to more violent stuff through my ear gate. Say what you want. Scientifically proven. Let's see. Your biggest fan, white people can't get through. Oh, I already read that one. Let's see. Hire the type because you're too drunk to type. I don't get drunk, man. A glass of wine don't make me get drunk. Let's see. Let's see. Put Leo Dunson on the mixtape. Hey, man, see, I listen to people that got a positive message. Leo Dunson, if y'all don't know who Leo Dunson is, Google Leo Dunson. Look him up on Twitter, Instagram, all that stuff. He's one of my good friends. Leo does a channel just like mine. He may be even better than me. I don't know. I'll leave it up to y'all to determine that. But Leo is something. Leo, so somebody asks, should Tucker Carlson sue Antifa? Now, I think that if people are going to be so outraged at what was done to Jim Acosta, why? Listen to this. They get on TV and they cry. Oh my God, so and so is doing this and that, and Trump is Jim Acosta. He lost his press credentials for a period of time. They're going to do that, but then Antifa goes to Tucker Carlson's house and nobody says anything. I haven't heard anybody come out and say anything about that. Now, I don't watch the news every day, but some clips should be going viral at this point with somebody on the left criticizing Antifa for going to a man's house with his wife there. And some reports say that they broke his front door. They broke his front door, like they cracked his front door, beating on it. Now you tell me, explain to me why nobody's making a big deal about that. Explain to me that. So if they can somehow sue because a man justifiably lost his press credentials, why are they not making a stink about Antifa going to this man's house? I haven't heard any liberal talk negative about Antifa. I haven't heard it. If you've seen it, send me the video. I haven't seen it or heard it. Let's see it. Let's see. And the Columbine shooter listened to gangster rap. How do you know what they listen to? How do you know what they listen to, Big Bud? How do you know what they listen to? If they didn't, just say that the Columbine shooter did listen to Metallica. There's a Columbine every weekend in these all-black communities like Chicago, in Maryland, in LA. Brothers getting smoked every night. So if you want to say that the white guy shot up Columbine, then won't you talk about the shooting that's going on in the black community? Black on black murders are a lot more prevalent than active shooters at schools. I don't know how many years ago was Columbine. Go look on the Chicago website right now and look at how many murders they're up to right now. What's the murder rate in Chicago? How many people have been murdered this year by active shooters? You can just pick the biggest ones. Pick the biggest ones, add them together. That's not even close to the amount of brothers dead in the middle of the street in Chicago alone. You're talking about active shooters all around the country. Let's talk about murder, the murder rate in one community alone. In 2015, I looked this up. They haven't been able to produce the numbers because this year is not over. In 2015, there was 7,000 African-American people who were killed. Over 6,000 of them were killed by other black people. 6,000 black people murdered by other black people. 6,000. How many active shooters are killing people every year? A couple hundred, maybe? I digress. Moving along. Let's see. Stop letting them talk crap about rap music. Rap music is crap. Some rap artists are good. Rap music is crap. It's crap, man. I just turn on my Pandora and I let it play. The popular rap music is garbage. The 3 songs that I clicked through were all talking about degrading women, black women, mind you, degrading selling drugs, escaping the police, and assaulting other black people. The 3 songs that I clicked through, that was the message. Pandora is literally sending me with that channel is the most popular rap music. Lil Gucci and all these other people, most of their music is trash. Some dudes are good. Anyway, well-known member, music is a spiritual, well-known member, music is a spiritual thing all its own. Once you hypnotize one with the music, you can preach to the subconscious mind what you want to say. Jimi Hendrix. Y'all understand, everywhere you go, there's music. You go to church, there's music. When you go on an elevator, they play music. When you at the dentist office, they play music. At your funeral, they're gonna play music. When they make these videos, these motivational videos and stuff, there's music. Commercials, there's music. Football games, there's music. Bands. Come on, people. Music is a big deal. Music is a bigger deal than you're giving it credit for. If you know anything about the Bible, what did David do? What did David do? He played music to cast the demons out of Saul. Okay. What do you like even in the Bible, music was a big deal. What do you think they used to play? I mean, this is outside the Bible. What do you think they used to play when they would go to war? They would have like a marching band. Because the crescendo of sound and music would be hypnotizing. It gave them the perception that the army was bigger than what it was if they had music playing. It sounded like a roaring sound. Look at in the Bible, in the Revelations. It talks about soundings of trumpets, music, sound. That stuff goes into your brain, in your ear gate. Why do you think these music videos got fine women on there with big old booties and look at all scandalous? Why do you think they put that in their song? When their songs have nothing to do with women with nice booties, why do you think they put that in the music videos? It's to get into your subconscious. Why do you think they got a woman in a bikini suit selling beer on a commercial? Why do you think they have cheerleaders at football games? Why do you think volleyball women wear booty shorts? Men that play volleyball don't wear booty shorts. Why do women wear booty shorts? Why do women wear mini skirts in tennis when men wear shorts? They don't wear mini skirts. They don't wear mini shorts. Why do you think all of these things are over-sexualized? It's because it attracts your mind. It gets into your subconscious. They play music on top of sexual visual attraction. If they want to sell something to a man, they give him visual. If they want to sell stuff to a woman, they give her emotions. Clear. Why do you think music is some of the most popular funded things in America? You could go right here on DJ Khaled. Me and a friend was looking at it the other day. Go on DJ Khaled's website or a YouTube channel. He started his YouTube channel a year ago. Some of his videos have 1 billion views. He got like 23 billion page views in 1 year. Music is almost one of the greatest things that has ever been created on planet Earth. They play music everywhere. It's the opening to your consciousness. Meditation, music. When you go to sleep, they have sleepy music. Music. It's to condition your brain so it can be manipulated. In a good way or a bad way. All right. Danya, thank you so much for the super chat. You were 2,000% right. Now I can't get the super chat off for some reason. There you go. Let's see. Yeah, y'all need to get my views up to 1 billion. Let's see. Melvin said that he was here on Blexit. I mean, for YBLS. Have any updates on Blexit? How do we keep it rolling? I feel that we've lost too much momentum. Well, just to answer your question, Melvin, specifically to you, is that I don't believe we've lost momentum as far as structure. because there's a lot of people, and Candace is out right now talking about Blexit to a lot of people who want to help Blexit. I got to get on her about communicating, and we got to communicate better. But we have already established the 4-city tour for 2019. I already have established a lot of other stuff. So we got to be able to get it out to everybody. So what we're going to do is, if you attended YBLS, we're going to put you on an email service where we can send it out to you, so everybody that attended that event will know what's going on. So Melvin, be encouraged. We'll be in touch with you soon. Okay, Mario, thanks so much for the super chat. Have you heard of Christian rapper Lecrae? If so, what do you think about his music and mission? Have you seen his speech on being a real man? Lecrae is a weird character to me, because I used to listen to Lecrae, but his music sound super secular. See, I like rappers like The Truth. I like rappers like what's his name? I don't listen to it anymore, but it was long. It started with a PH. Phenom, or forget his name, man. They had a different genre of rap. Like, it didn't sound like rap. It sounded like Christian rap. It was, beats were different, chorus was different, mission was different. Lecrae it reminds me of the Christian that want to be like the world instead of the Christian who's making the world want to be like him. That's my opinion. I think the guy may be a good guy, but I think Lecrae, I haven't heard his speech on being a real man, but Lecrae is one of those people that, in my opinion, what I see from him is somebody that's like trying to go back and forth. He's trying to be cool enough to be in the world, but then try to still say he religious enough to be saved. I think there's a fine line when you have a craft. I don't like his music. I don't listen to it. It's too secular. I want to hear something. I want Christian stuff to be different. I don't want it to sound exactly the same, where I turn it on and I'm like, this is just like Kevin Gates. I might as well listen to Kevin Gates, the edited version. That's my opinion. Just like most of the Christian rappers, they've become too secular. They sound just like other people, and I'm like, There's rappers that go way harder than Christian rappers that you can get the edited version and it's way better. Leo is running for Congress. People say running for Congress. The House and the Senate make up the Congress. So Leo may be running for either House of Representatives seat, or he's running for a Senate seat. Once you're in the Senate or the House, them two together make up the Congress. I found this out because I had to do the research, because I messed around and thought that it was 3 different things, and they not. It's the House and the Senate make up Congress. Brandon, people don't like to hear the truth. I agree. I love Lecrae. That's good for you. I don't know the man. I don't think he's a bad person. I just don't listen to his music. It's pointless to me. For me, I haven't seen Prince EA. Let's see. Brandon could change the name to Wexit. We exit the national momentum. I think what's going to happen with Blexit is that it'll be Blexit, and everybody else will come up with their exit name. That's all I think. We already got a person that's saying Wexit or Lexit for Latino exit. I think it's just going to be a residual effect. It just, that name is trendy. Cop killer Ice-T. I don't know what that means. Let's see. Brenda Snipes. Somebody said Brenda Snipes on CNN now. You know, I don't know, man. Our messaging is bad too. So these Democrats, they putting out charismatic people. They putting out people that got a good energy. They putting out people who are inspiring. The message they got sucks, but they just putting out character. Nobody's listening to your policies. Nobody care about your policies. Nobody care. Some people do. Most people don't. Most people that vote aren't reading policies. Most people that vote, they're like, I like that guy. That guy sounds very convincing. Man, I like the way he talked. Man, that guy's made some good points. Boom, they vote for you. Nobody's worried about what your policies are. Democrats don't run on policies. They'll never run on their history. Democrats won't run on history. The left won't run on history. Remember that. The left will not run on history. The left will run on emotions. We are running on history and facts, and they're running on emotions, and they're winning. We need to learn how to get a little more emotional. We need to learn how to play the game a little more. The liberals are playing the game. The left is playing the game. They're telling you what you want to hear for you to vote for them. It may not necessarily be true. It may not necessarily be true. Do y'all think I should run 2020? Let me know. I'm thinking about it. I ain't gonna even lie. I'm close to thinking about it. Just to get y'all's consensus. Do you think I should run for the sheriff, Maricopa sheriff, or do you think I should run for the U.S. Senate? Now, I want you to be honest. I want you to, whichever one you choose, put Senate. I mean, you put Senate or sheriff. If you think I should run for sheriff, put sheriff. If you think I should run for Senate, put Senate. Put Senate or sheriff. I want to see what y'all think. Senate is already winning. Sheriff, Senate, sheriff. Hey, it look like a tie right now. And make sure y'all hit that like button. If you want me to run, hit the like button. That's what I want to see. I'm getting a good balance, man. Don't run. Somebody said don't run. That must be a hater. Or, I don't know, maybe they got a good explanation. We need more good people to run. Man, it's a close one, man. I think I'm seeing a little more Senate. Tanika said, you should run. I will be your biggest supporter. Senate. Ha ha ha. Thank you so much, Tanika. Let's see. Mario said Tatum 2020. Hold on. It's going too fast. Mario said Tatum 2020 for U.S. Senate. I'll hit the streets for you. You always keep it 100. Looking forward to your closing prayer. I'm glad you reminded me, man, because I was going to forget to pray. Mario Martinez reminded me. Thank you so much, man. Man, I got to start now, y'all. If I plan on running, I got to start now. Mario killing it with the super chats. 2 of them. Let's see. Don Juan. Thank you so much for the super chat. Bang, bang, sheriff. I mean, because the reason why I'm getting y'all's input, at the end of the day, it's going to be my decision. But at the end of to be honest, it's about y'all. You know, I want to run if y'all want me to run. It's going to be a challenge, man. You know, working a 9 to 5 again is not fun. But I'll do it for the people. All right. If the people want to see me run, I'll do it for the people. I think the Senate is winning right now, man. Are these groups supposed to be PC? And God we trust. That sounds like a Kevin Gates song. Talk to Dan Bongino. He ran twice. Yeah, I like that guy, man. I don't know how he wasn't successful. Maybe he was running in the wrong district. President eventually. It's funny, man. It'll be funny to try to run for president. If it came down to it, I'll do it. But I got to get my feet wet first. Senate 2024. Sheriff, then Senate. John said Fox News is fake news. Cute. Sheriff, then Senate. How many? Push the number one. Push the number 1 if you think I should go sheriff, then Senate. Push the number 2 if you think I should just run for Senate. One is sheriff, Senate. 2 is just straight Senate. Uh-oh. It look like more ones, man. Look like more ones. Somebody said 3. Who said 3? What does that mean? All of the above? Run for Senate, sheriff, then Senate? Man, the ones are winning. I think I should get my feet wet first, man. Carl said 5. Carl, what does 5 mean? I trust you, Carl. You're a person that I would probably call directly for good advice. What does 5 mean? Give me a good one. Give me 1 or 2. My boy Captain, 1. 1 look like it's winning. Bongino ran 3 times, man. I'm a one and done type dude, man. I run and I win. I went for the police department and I got on. I went for the SWAT team and I got on. I'm a 1. If I run, I win. That's how it goes. It's a lot of 1s, man. I like the 1s. GN, thank you for the super chat. 2020 election, special election. You have to. I'm thinking about sheriff, then getting what's her name out of there? Kyrsten Sinema. Yeah, I'm a cyclist, man. I'm a cyclist. I rather ride my bike than run any day of the week. How am I going to win against dead people and non-voters? What I feel like that strategically what we have to do is get people who haven't ever voted. Half of our population don't even vote. So, half of the voting population don't even vote. So we'll have to hone in on that. House of Representatives first is number 3. Right. Brexit is more important to keep America conservative. I can do both. Run 2020 for Senate. Timing is everything. Crash roots. Yes. Y'all all got to support me when I run. When I run, y'all got to support me. I need y'all. What am I good at? What do you know? Do not consider sheriff. Now is the time for Congress. I agree with timing. What state? Arizona. Sinema's in until 2024. Yeah, I'm gonna do 2. I'll do 2 terms or more. I don't know. It had to be more. I think. You'll be running against McSally in 2020 in primary. I'll beat her, man. I'll beat her. It's just that running for Congress got to raise a lot of money. 20 million is what somebody told me. Senate 2020, President 2024. I like that one. Let's see. I think Trump will support me. 20 million is easy. Y'all gonna raise 20 million for me? Let's see. Senate first. Thank you, GN, for a super chat. Senate first. If Sinema won, we will lose again to any moderate Democrat, right? You have to take this seat. 480 here. You got my vote. It's, I guess, 480, the area code. Appreciate it, GN. Thank you so much. Let's see. Captain, what's up, man? Brandon, hold on. Our officers need strong leadership and direction when the chips are down. That's B Tatum right there. Let's see. What options to sheriffs have when the government goes bad? How direct or effective can someone in the Senate help the officers? See, I agree with my man right here. My leaning is towards the sheriff department first. This is why. Because I believe with my background in a lot of different areas, my background in athletics and my background as a police officer. So a lot of people don't know I was on a SWAT team. I was a spokesperson for the police department. That means I worked on the second floor with the upper echelons. I worked with them directly for the chief. I'm missing the name of command staff is what the word I want to use. Command staff. I know a good amount of chiefs in the area. Good reputation. I was a field trainer. I trained new officers as they came on. I was a general instructor. I instructed at the academy. You know, I've been to conferences. I've been educated. All kind of different things on the police department. Now, I just didn't get to the rank of being, lieutenant or nothing like that. But I have the understanding of the people that really are doing the work, man. The people, the boots on the ground, taking calls for service every day. I feel like that I have the pulse of those individuals. And I honestly believe like I could start there, stand up for the deputies in Maricopa County like nobody else will, 100%. Guarantee. They can guarantee that the deputy is going to be good. And then in the political realm, I think also I have something to offer in that position to other constituents. I just feel like that we got to have somebody strong in the sheriff's position. And I happen to have a police background. Other people don't. They may be good politicians, but they don't have any association with the police department. And I worked for the municipality. I didn't work for any federal government, federal law enforcement. I worked for municipality. I was taking calls for service. You know what I'm saying? Getting call outs on the SWAT team. Training new officers coming in, don't even know how to drive good. I understand what it is. And I think that getting that exposure and experience, then we can move on to something bigger and better. That's where I'm leaning. Yeah, man. They told me if I got it, I got to go now. And being able to be a cop again? Oh. Carl said, was McSally a never Trumper? Yes, she was a never Trumper at first. McSally was a never Trumper. McSally wouldn't even agree with the wall or nothing. She didn't do none of that stuff. Everybody saw McSally as a rhino. Everybody did. McSally was going to be the next Jeff Flake. She started turning her tune and started supporting the president a little more. She did have some policies where she agreed with the president. But I think that's where she lost, man. People just wasn't enthusiastic to turn out for her. They just weren't, man. She didn't give anybody hope to vote for the first time, to feel like they're a part of something, to feel like Arizona is new and it's innovative and it's for all people. And the messaging was just bad. I mean, well, I would say bad. It just wasn't a winning message. It was next time we got to do something better. What do y'all think? Sheriff, Senate, President. I don't know, man. Move back to Tucson and grab the Havas district. Go to Hava. Hey, don't make me come back. I love Tucson now. I love Tucson. I love Tucson, man. I almost wish I lived in Tucson still. Run for Senate, 2 mil. I don't know, 20 mil. Yeah, I like Bongino. He's a man. Uber guy, what it do? Uber said, run for Senate. I'm your father. I don't know what that means. Don't wait. Time change now is good. Man, I got to do it. Sheriff, Senate, then president. Who push the number one? I mean, I'll be honest. Don't comment if you don't agree with this. If you think I should go sheriff, Senate, president, put a number 5. Don't comment if you don't really believe it in your heart. Uber guy said 5. I'll get 5s in there. Let me tell you something about how my faith is set up. I honestly believe that if the timing is right, that I believe that God could elevate me to being the president of the United States. I believe that. If God wants it, there's no man that can stop me. I believe that. Let's see. I got to do a little more research on the sheriff's department. Let's see. Mark Christie Gonzalez. Thank you so much for the super chat. Oh, another MJ. Thanks for the super chat. Love what you do. What challenges do you foresee as a sheriff? It really depends because I want to make sure I understand the culture and identity of Maricopa County Sheriff's Department. But I think that people are going to be, the apprehension is going to be because of my resume as a police officer. Like I wasn't on for 45 years and served at 45 terms as a sheriff in this department. I think that I'm going to have to win the trust of the troops and allow them to understand that I'm not the type of supervisor that I'm better than you and I'm going to tell you what to do. It's like I am here to embolden you and empower you to be as successful as you can be. That's what my job is. I'm not here to hover over you and tell you what you can and cannot do. I'm here to embolden you and empower you to be a better person. And with the leadership skills that I already have, I got your back and I'm going to make things happen on the deputy side. You know, as far as the general population in the county, I think people will understand. And I honestly, obviously, political stuff is all about messaging. I think people will understand that it's time for somebody new. It's time for somebody who is willing to open up to new ideas. It's time for somebody to keep it real. For the love of God, man. Somebody who understands what it's like to run in that element. Somebody who understands the value of community policing. Like the police department and the community should be one. And me personally, I've been boots on the ground with this situation. And I understand how it works. And I understand what I would expect for my deputies to be doing. That's my perspective. I think the lack of tenure as an actual law enforcement officer would be the only objection. But regardless of that, you know, you could be on for 45 years and you still ain't doing nothing. You know what I'm saying? Somebody said, what's your thoughts on the Robinson shooting? That's a good question. Somebody already asked me that. I am not sure of all the details. Preliminarily, it appeared that it was an accident. It was an accident, I think. You know, I read some of the thing and it was like it was shooting that went on at a club and the security guard had his gun pointed at the back of another person and they mistake him as a shooter. And they shot him and killed him. It was unfortunate. It appears right now to be an accident. It doesn't look like any officers will be indicted for anything on face value. Now I'm gonna make a video about this one when the facts come out because this is a pretty good one. But y'all, I've been on here a long time. Thank you for the super chats. I love you guys. It's been real. Thank y'all for watching for the wine. And I'm gonna say a prayer, then we're gonna get off here. All right. I'm gonna say a prayer. Thank Uber Guy for watching, man. Appreciate you, man. Y'all go follow Uber Guy, man. Uber Guy, put your link in the description section. Y'all go follow Uber Guy. Wait for the body cam. Yeah, I mean, Because there could be anything. If the officers run up and they just shoot the guy, that's not going to be good, all right? But you can't blame them for shooting a guy with a gun to the back of another guy. They could easily be interpreted poorly. I think that the people to blame is the people who are shooting. Those are the people who you need to blame. First and foremost. If they weren't acting a fool, going up there shooting other people, that brother didn't have to put his life on the line and save people. But they going up there acting a fool, and they didn't put him in a bad position that he didn't got mistaken for a shooter and got killed. But we'll see the video. If the officers were wrong, I'll come out against them. Let's see. Who's Uber Guy? Go follow him and you'll find out. I met Uber Guy in person. He's a great dude. I shared his link in the description section. So follow the link that I shared. Uber Guy, his YouTube channel is right there. Probably the biggest comment on the page. Facts. All right, I love y'all. I'm going to say a prayer and then we got to go, okay? So if you're driving right now, keep your eyes on the prize. Don't be telling Jesus to hold the wheel. And then you crash and go on meet Jesus. I'm going to say, Jesus, I told him we were on the YouTube channel. I told him don't let go of the wheel. Close their eyes. Pray with your eyes open. My son did it all the time and it works. So anyway, if you're willing to join me in prayer real quick, we're going to pray because I think this is invaluable. Lord, we come to you this evening and say thank you. We understand that you're a sovereign God. You're the one that's in charge of all things. And you have all the power in your hands and you understand our needs even before we speak them, God. We acknowledge you in that perspective, God. And we pray right now that you forgive us as we forgive other people. Forgive us for the things that we don't see and the things that we do see and that we maliciously do. And God, help us to have the ability and the foresight and the courage to forgive other people, even though we don't want to, or even when we don't even believe that we're at fault in some of these situations, but help us forgive. God, help me forgive. Help me to channel the energy and the gift that you've given me to be more of a positive influence, to be more of a influential person to all people. God, I pray that you deliver the message within me to be a better servant of yours. All of the people that are watching, I pray that you do the same thing. Help us with peace. Help us with understanding. Help us to communicate with people in a better way. Help us to have faith and to stay strong in these trying times of political chaos. I pray for all of the politicians, whether it be Democrat or Republican or independent, you name it. I pray for all politicians in this country. I pray, God, you give them the strength and guidance to do the right thing for the people. I pray for the president of the United States of America, President Donald Trump. I pray that you give him strength and courage in such a difficult time. Give him clarity. Bless him to be able to be more focused on uniting and also promoting a message. God, you have the power to influence the president to continue to do great things, but to improve his communication to where he can do great things and people can actually see the great things that he's doing. God, open their understanding up that we don't continue to be so divisive when it comes to partisan politics. I pray for everybody tonight that's not feeling well, that have an ailment. I pray that God bless you and heal you according to his perfect will. I pray that you increase God's faith in us, that we can have faith to accomplish our dreams. And I know there's somebody that's watching this that's hesitant about dreams, hesitant about goals, hesitant about accomplishing the things that everybody else say that they're being misled by, that they're being ignorant by doing. God, I pray right now that you would restore the strength in that person, that they will be bold in accomplishing the things that you have already called them to do, for them to be able to see straight, see clearly, and do it for the right reasons. I pray, God, that you just help us continue to be good stewards over your country, good stewards over our finances. I pray that you bless everybody tonight to be able to eat for those who are probably less fortunate and for us to be more generous, ones who are fortunate. I pray all these things in Jesus' name. Amen. All right. I got to work on my prayers, man. I need to pray every night. Sometimes I'll be praying. I ain't gonna even lie. I be messing up. The Lord be like, Brandon, you better get with it. You better prioritize. Don't forget where you came from, bro. That's what God be telling me. I say, all right, God, I got you. Love y'all. Y'all be safe tonight. I'll see you on the next live stream. I'm out.